Blues music had a huge influence on not only one of the best albums in the last decade, but last 40 to 50 years. And I want to talk about top 5 things how blues music can influence your playing and get better, and show you guys these albums and how blues music has influenced it. I'm going to start off with guys like Jimi Hendrix and Electric Ladyland. As Jimi Hendrix dabbed into we would call pop music, there was a lot of blues in there, right? He was a blues influencer. Guys like CLapton also had amazing albums, right? Pop albums, but had a lot of blues in there, right? John Mayers Continium. Very blues-inspired album in the last 10 decades and had one of the best songwriting we've ever had. So I'm going to show you guys top 5 things I think they've took from blues that they've applied to this that made these albums extravaganza. Number 1, we're going to get with my favorite, and I talk about this on my channel a lot, is timing. And this is how blues shows you timing into your songwriting and into your solos that you can have, right? So you have blues that goes 4 bars. That's just regular, right? Right? Now, my playing in chordal is 4/4, and my solo is gonna stay in that 3. But here's where a lot of us have hard time playing along other songs like Gravity, right? Now this is different timing, and this comes from the blues music, right? Here we go. Right? It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this timing changes the perspective of your solos. You can't solo the same way anymore. Now you have to solo. So so you have to solo in 1, 2, 3s, and this teaches you how to apply that solo and timing to that thing, right? Here's another great example and John Mayers loves 3/4s, this song. You see what I'm saying? And it's just a different feel. 3/4, you want to get into it and think about it a lot, okay? Moving on to number 2. Number 2 is that blues music shows you the turnaround. And guys who are a little bit elevated in their solos and know in which chord what to play, this is gonna help you even more, even in pop music, to understand where that turnaround is. Because when, let's say, John Mayers goes, right? So, one more time. So when John Mayers goes, you know, so you start to feel that there's a thing going on, but there's a turnaround in a sense of, and I don't want to call it a turnaround, but a loop in where the end of that loop is, because blues music shows you that the best, right? Because it has that. And then turn around. And it starts over. And it goes to that 5. Right? And that shows you where you want to solo what, right? Where to get to those sweet spots, where to play the raw blues, right? If you're playing on the 1, right? You can play that raw thing, right? But then when you're going near the turnaround, you can get to that sweet thing, even in the minor. B.B. King's Thrill Is Gone. And here's the turnaround. You see what I'm saying? There's the sweet spot. See what I mean? So that shows you understanding of the turnaround, which is really important to apply your blues solos in, right? On to number 3. So number 3, we're gonna get to the best part of this, right? The solo, right? Applying solos in the pop music, and all those guys that I have mentioned here in Continuum, Electric Ladyland, best of Eric Clapton's albums, you have these amazing solos, you know? And songs like Old Love, where you go, right? You can't write that song without blues music. You have to understand that. You can't write this. So no matter what kind of pop musician you are, and we can say take modern pop musicians, it's impossible to write this, right? Without the blues influence. And this is one of my favorite songs of Eric Clapton. And the itty-gritty of this is applying that solo knowledge, that soulful, making the instrument breathe knowledge into pop music. You know, this is a pop chord progression. Right? And it just goes. And Robert Cray wrote this song, by the way. Everybody thinks it's Eric Clapton's, but Robert Cray wrote it. But adding that soul element to this, and I think Bruno Mars does it pretty good. He's got the funk thing going on. If you really listen to it, the musicianship is there, even though he's very like pop, you know? But this is one of the coolest things you can apply using your solo ideas and put it in a vocal sense like this into your, right? And that adds so much to your music, even slow dancing. That thing. Right? That is a blues influence, and everybody can see that. So apply that into your songwriting if you guys are songwriters. And number 3 is applying that solo thing into your albums and stuff. So definitely think about that when you guys are soloing or when you're writing some stuff. Vocalize the bass line. What I mean? You start to really try and sing with your instrument. It's a beautiful thing. So number 4 is really, really important if you want to develop your ear, and blues music helps you do that amazingly. And I think it helped these guys that I have named very much develop their ear to make it more soulful, right? And with blues, you can make it very simple, and that's really cool because you have only 5 notes, right? And the idea comes to your brain, and you're sitting down, and you go, That is the next level thing. I promise you guys. Learning licks is really cool, but going dabo dabo dabo, bo do bo do bo do. And now I'm thinking and playing, and that is what'll take your musicianship to a real musician thing, right? That's called expression. And you can always have licks in the back of the library if you run out your own ideas and pop them out. But practicing that every day is essential to becoming an amazing musician, I promise you. So take that with you. Number 5, last but not least in blues music, and I think blues music does this the best in the world, is teaching you space. And the reason I say this is blues music is one of those genres that has the most space in between notes when you play, right? You go, and there's so much space, right? Listen to that. So, and what does that show you? It makes you understand space perfectly, right? So you start to understand exactly when to play, what to play, so your music and your playing when you're by yourself isn't overloaded and you're not going. And that can get tiring very fast, right? And you can have all the best techniques and everything, but you play that, somebody's gonna go, whoa, you know what I mean? Okay, you can play, we get it, you can play, but can you make me wanna listen to it for 4 minutes? That's the goal. And try to play blues as slow as you can, as minimal notes as you can. This is a challenge I wanna give you guys, and really understand what that is, that exists, and apply to your thing. I hope this was informational for you guys. I put my heart and soul into it. If you like it, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm back. I can't walk, but I'm back. I love you guys, and I see you guys next weekend.